Hey friends, it's Rana and today I'm doing another tag video, and once again I've been tagged by the lovely Paige from the PM Reader. But what is different this time is that she is the one who created this tag. Yes, she's the creator of the frustrating book tag. What? How can you people be so creative to create your own tag video? I could never. I'll leave a link to her original video in the description box down below for you to go and watch it. So the tag, as from its name, it is about frustrating things that we go through as readers. So let's start with the questions, shall we? Question number 1, name a book you predicted would be 5 stars but was not. Oh my god, there are so many books I could mention for this question, but the most recent one is Sleeping Giant. Sleeping Giants was in my 5 stars prediction video. I predicted that I would give it 5 stars out of 5, and that honor is only given for the worthy. I don't give any book 5 stars. It is not very easy for me to give 5 stars, and I predicted that I would give it for this book. The book itself is good, the audiobook is amazing, and I really love this cover. I don't know why, but I ended up giving it only 3 stars. It wasn't what I expected it to be, and that was a little bit frustrating because it didn't end up to be as good as I expected to be and be a 5 stars. It was only 3 stars. Question number 2, what book had a great beginning but an ending that let you down? Okay, should I really say it? It is not a book, it is a series, and the last time that I talked about it, I lost a bunch of subscribers. Screw it. The Infernal Devices. The first book was really good. I was surprised that I actually enjoyed it. The second book wasn't as good, and the third book, the most unpopular opinion that you will hear today is that the last book is the worst ending that I've ever read. Everyone loved that ending. Everyone sobbed while reading that ending, but not me. I hate that ending. Question number 3, do you have a book with a pretty cover but an ugly spine? I don't know. I don't have that much books, but let me see. So I have 2 books to show you. The first one is The Lies of Loclamora by Scott Lynch. I haven't read this book yet, but I really like the cover. It is so beautiful, but then the spine is plain black. The same case applies for Sleeping Giants. I adore this cover. It is so beautiful, and yet again, another black spine. I'm not really a big fan of plain black spines when the cover is really pretty. Question number 4, do you have a book series that doesn't match? Maybe some are paperback and some are hardcover, or maybe the cover designs were changed halfway through the series. Does it bother you? Again, I don't have that many physical English books. What you see is most of what I have. I'm trying to slowly grow my English book collection, but I don't think that it will bother me that much. Yes, matching series is really satisfying, but I really don't care that much. The thing that may bother me a little bit is not having the whole series if I like it, like the Harry Potter series. I only have the last 3 books in the series, and they look a little bit lonely on the shelves, don't they? I really want to acquire the remaining 4, but not now. Slowly, one day. Question number 5, is there a book from your youth you can remember parts of but cannot remember the name or find it anywhere? So many years ago, before I made my Goodreads account, I think it was around 2012 or 2013, I discovered the magic of audiobooks. I started reading many Arabic novels in ebook format, and most of them I don't really remember, but there was that one book that I can remember very vivid scenes and details from it. For the life of me, I can't remember the author's name or the title of the book. It was about an Egyptian young man in Egypt who is always thinking and trying to commit suicide, but there is always something that stops him. It was a very short book, and I clearly remember the ending. The young man sits in his room at the end of the book, and he decides that he no longer wants to kill himself. But the funny thing is, or the irony in the book is that when he decides that and he thinks that, a fly enters his mouth or nose, I think, and he starts choking on it and he dies. What? It wasn't a good book, it was a really bad book, but for years I was trying to look up the author's name or the title because I forgot, and I couldn't find anything about it. And it was really frustrating because sometimes I think it may be the product of my imagination, but I don't think so, and I can't find anything about it. Question number 6, are there any books you've read but don't remember anything about? This happens to me a lot, especially with books that I don't enjoy or I don't like. I think my mind just wants to erase them from my memory. It happened with me with a really popular book called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I didn't even read it that long ago. I think I read it in 2017. I am pretty sure that I read it. I'm pretty sure that I didn't like it, but I can't remember anything from it. And I remember absolutely nothing from that book except for one thing, and that is there was a truck in that book, and I'm not pretty sure if I remember that because I read it or because there is a truck on the cover. Why didn't I like it? I don't remember. What was it about? I also don't remember. Question 7, have you ever recommended a book you love to someone and they started telling you everything they don't like about it? Does it bother you? In other words, do your feelings get hurt when someone doesn't love one of your favorite books? I recommend many books to many friends and family members, but they don't read them because I don't have that many readers in my real life. But I remember in high school I went into that phase where I raved about Dan Brown's books to anyone and everyone that would listen to me. And actually many of my friends read The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. Some of them loved it, some of them hated it, but it didn't bother me that some of them didn't like it. I don't really care if I don't share the same opinion about a book with other people, even if it was my favorite book. I'm aware that I have a really weird reading taste, and I am sure that I will never find someone who shares the same opinions as me towards every book that I like, and that doesn't bother me at all. Question number 8, what is your worst experience loaning a book to someone? As I said, I don't have that many readers in my life, but when someone asks me to loan a book from me, I accept, I don't mind it. But do you know what is the worst thing about loaning books to others?
When they never return them.
Many years ago, my aunt borrowed from us a book. And why I say us? Because it wasn't my book exactly, it was our book. My mom, the one who bought it, read it, and my sister read it, and I read it. I will put its name in English. I don't remember the name in English, but we read the Arabic translation and it was called Al Sajina. I think my aunt read it in the end, but because she lives in another country, every time she comes to visit us in Jordan, she forgets to bring it with her. So I stopped asking her to bring it back. I just will buy another copy. I'm pretty sure she can't even remember that she took it from us, but that's okay. She later bought me some books as a gift. But the most recent incident of someone borrowing a book from me and never returning it is my previous coworker. 9 months ago, she borrowed a book from me and she didn't return it till now. I believe she still didn't read that book and she didn't return it. Rest in peace. I don't think that I'm gonna see that book ever again. Question number 9, show me some of your impulse buys that you've never read. Oh boy, I have many for this question. Wait a minute. So a few years ago, I was into that buying books and never reading thing, and I bought a lot of Arabic books and translated works back then, and I've never read them till this day, some of which are Islam بين الشرق والغرب. I think I've bought it like 3 years ago and never read it. I really want to read it, but I never picked it up for some reason. So as I mentioned, I was a big fan of Dan Brown's books, and if you read them, you know that there are many things about the Illuminati and the Freemasons in his books. So I went into that thing that I want to read everything about them and bought many books and read many Wikipedia articles about them. Some books about that are these 3. I don't know if I'm ever gonna read them, but I have them. As for an English book that was an impulse read and still haven't read it is A Time to Kill by Josh Grisham. It is a second-hand book. I've bought it for really cheap. I can't resist a cheap book. So yeah, will I ever read it? Maybe. Soon? Not really. Question number 10. How many unread books are on your shelves? Oh my god, Paige, why are you so evil? Why are you exposing us like that? Okay, to be honest, I don't know how many unread books I have on my shelves, but I'm gonna count them. I'm only gonna count the books that I've personally acquired, not the books that I bought for university and never read, and not the books that my family members have on these shelves, especially the Arabic ones. So let's start counting the English books, then I'm gonna count the Arabic books.
A few moments later.
So I have 20 English books that I've bought and never read, and 12 Arabic books. In total, 32. Oh, no, that's a lot for me. 32 books. How? Why? When did it happen? And 20 English books? Oh god. But in my defense, why I have so many unread books on my shelves is because I am afraid to run out of physical books to read. So I bought them, put them on my shelves, and end up reading ebooks and audiobooks. So that was the last question in this tag. I think Paige really did a great job in this tag, especially the last question. She really exposed us all. So I think I need to tag some people. So here we go. I'm tagging Shannon, Abby, Jess, and Chandler. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to see my future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!